Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're talking about size and scale, and we're going to go from Plato and Aristotle and Hobbes on size and scale of republics to the year 2000, whereby Denmark, several Danish authors experimented with economies of scale. This article is in the American Political Science Review, and the experiment, the beginning of the article, they say that for 50 years the world has seen municipal mergers, pretty often motivated by economies of scale. And the experiment, they selected only certain municipalities which were involved with social services, and ruled out the universal. But the municipalities under a certain size were required to merge with others, and 98% complied. 32 municipalities were left untouched for comparison purposes. The governments participating, as I said, were Danish municipalities, which manage schools, child care, infrastructure, social spending, and I suppose even environmental law and culture. Overall, 239 municipalities with populations under 20,000 were chosen to form 66 new units. The question asked was, do municipal mergers decrease the cost of public services, schools, roads, infrastructure, etc.? Result was that no clear and systematic effects from amalgamations, and in fact the study shows that cost of municipal services declined. And the Athenian experiment, building an imagined political community in ancient Attica, 508 to 490, Greg Anderson tells us, or demonstrates in his book, how Athens was transformed from a small city-state into a new polity or a region state. The book asked the question, how and when did the Athenian state require the anomalous or disproportionate size in comparison to the traditional small-scale city-state? He says that the standard answer is wrong, that saying that the gradual process began centuries before is wrong, and that the expansion occurred at the end of the 6th century when Athens actually incorporated Attica into the polis of Athens. He says that there was no evidence of impending Greek greatness in previous centuries, and in fact several reviewers have said that this book rewrites the history of the Greek polis and public life in pre-classical Athens. And hence we have a new perspective from which to study size and scale. In the imaginative conservative, Dr. Donald Livingston talks about David Hume and the Republican tradition of Hume's scale. And he says that Hume distinguishes between size and scale using classical architects' use as they studied relations between human frames, its sensory capacities, and sizes of doors, gardens, and courtyards to see what size would be adequate for a community of a certain size. But the question asked by Hume was, what is the proper size and scale of political order? And Hume, Livingston says, agreed with Plato and Aristotle that the largest number which suffices for the conduct of life and can be taken in a single view. And he says that Hume points out the classical measure that one should be able to walk across a single polity in one day. And Livingston notes that the ancient Greek republics were of human size and scale, 1,500 small independent republics with populations of 25,000. And this is the thinking of David Hume, and is the opposite of Thomas Hobbes's Leviathan. Thank you.